Different reports, the latest, as we've been reporting, that he claims to be the brother of a convicted terrorist who's being held on life terms in the nearby Air Force base, and that he also, claims that he has bombs located at several different locations. Fox News has not confirmed that, but this is certainly appears to be a more complex situation than just someone trying to blow off some steam with angry rants. But hopefully, certainly it will eventually, we hope, end very peacefully. Brian, thank you. Arthel?
Eric and Brian, thank you. Well, joining us now on the phone is Lieutenant Stephen Rogers. Steve is a retired Detective Bureau commander for the Nutley, New Jersey Police Department. He's also a former military intelligence officer and former member of the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force. Steve, good to have you and your expertise this afternoon. So according to reports, we don't have a lot of information, but according to reports, this hostage taker, he claims to be the brother of a convicted terrorist who is incarcerated at Carswell Air Force Base near Fort Worth. Allegedly, it's the hostage taker's sister who was convicted of assault and attempted murder of a U.S. soldier in 2010. She was sentenced to 86 years in prison. The hostage taker's sister has alleged ties to Al Qaeda. The hostage taker, wants his sister to be freed. Steve, is this profile, if it's true, what might this tell you about the hostage taker's mindset? And does this change the hostage negotiator's approach?
Well, it will. I could tell you this information is very, very critical with regard to how the police are going to approach this and negotiate with him. Now, you always hope that the mindset is not so bent on causing death and destruction that there's absolutely nothing that's going to change his mind. My guess is that as long as the police have contact with him, as long as he's talking, there is always a hope that the police will able to de-escalate this to a point where he may give himself up. Now, saying that, the reason why this information is critical, now the police have a very important lead as to who this person is, who he's been in contact with, and if they are able to get that information, they'll be able to begin the big task of checking over his computer, cell phone, what we call electronic footprints as to where, when, and how he's been talking to people. Very critical. So their approach is now going to be to calm him down, to make sure that the hostages are not going to be harmed. And as I said, there's some indications that this guy, although he said he wants to die, he may not want to die. I'm basing that on the fact that the police must be doing a tremendous job in keeping this guy talking to them.
Yeah, well, he says, according to reports, that he believes he is going to die. He also says that he doesn't want anyone hurt. And we have also been reporting that he has children, so he has family in addition to his sister who is being incarcerated. And we just heard reports, again, we have not confirmed these reports here at Fox News, but reports that perhaps he has placed some bombs in other locations. Again, we can't confirm that, but just you and your experience, if something like this is true, even if it's not true, if he's telling the police this, the negotiators this, what do you make of all of that?
Well, hopefully, as you say, it's not true. If it's true, certainly the police are going to do everything they could to find out where these bombs are. But I've got to tell you, what I find important, really important, is for the police to get in touch with the family members that he spoke about. Obviously, he's concerned about his children. He's concerned about his family. And perhaps maybe one of the steps the police will take is have them speak to him and try to get him to calm down. He's feeding that information out, in my view, to extend this thing, to keep it going and to keep talking. Again, these are indicators that, as he said, he don't want to harm anybody. So he's trying to get a message out. And at the end of the day, we'll find out what the message is. And I'm believing, based on what I'm hearing, as you are, that he doesn't want to die, he doesn't want to hurt anybody, but he wants to send a clear message regarding the situation that he's in as he sees it.
Yeah, and Danny Colson was on with us earlier, Ted Williams on with us earlier. You're all saying the same thing as we approach the fourth hour of this hostage situation there, that this hostage taker, he's talking to police. He is not wanting to hurt anybody. As they said, if he wanted to, he would have gone in there. I don't mean to be crass, but with guns ablazing, and then we would have a completely horrible situation on our hands. But as we know now, you have this man who has taken the Rabbi Charlie Citron Walker, and 3 other people hostage there at the congregation Beth Israel synagogue in Colleyville. So again, we're 4 hours in. What could they do that they're not doing right now?